Well, good evening everyone. Welcome back to another stream to be Overthunk by Sharky. It's been a couple of weeks, but we are back and ready to get into some more Jaffa Factory. We had some prior commitments the last couple of Monday evenings. I think the last 2 Mondays we were otherwise engaged, so that probably means it's been 3 weeks. But we are back once again to try and remember what it even is we're doing on these streams. I think we're building a Jaffa factory. That's what it says in the episode title. Episode number 13. So we must have been making some good progress. I have a strong memory of roads and a road network. That seems to be what probably occupied us for a considerable amount of time most recently, which means I think we need to do our best to try not to build too many more roads. I mean, we're going to have to, but I'd like to try and do something else. Oh, and it's just night time. Sure. We can begin at night. That's fine. Nothing wrong with that. Let's pop into F5 mode. Look around, let the world render in a bit. And have a bit of a nighttime welcome to the stream. There we go. Matching the current aesthetic outside the window here. I was gonna say maybe not this dark, but actually it genuinely is this dark. It's like 8 p.m. on the east coast of Australia in daylight saving time. So yeah, the sun has well and truly gone down. Good evening, Katooth. Thanks for tuning in. We are going to be, as I say, doing some. Let's do that. Doing some good Jaffa factoring today, I reckon. I want to try and steer clear of roads. Because it feels like all we've done for ages is roads. Also, yeah, I've sort of forgotten that these shroom lights literally are lights. So in the darkness of night, those couple of intersection telegraph poles will actually be illuminated. Just kind of fun. Doubling as street lights in that sort of sense. But yes, let's have a little bit of a think through what's happening this time. It makes it look like all the others are missing lights by comparison. So we'll see whether or not we decide to just put them on all of them at this point. But let me pop down onto our talking spot. Bonk. Good aim. There we go. And let's have a think. So in tonight's stream, if I go to the map, we've got ourselves a nice road network going here. I don't want to keep building more roads right now. At some point I will. This road's going to keep going down here, curl around there, and maybe do something like that. Likewise, this one will continue up there. This one might go out here, might come down here, might have a T-junction. I don't know. There will be more roads. Up here is the Jaffa factory. Jaffa factory will be appearing here. What I'm thinking is L-shaped Jaffa factory, something that's going to go sort of like that. And I'm thinking maybe we have a chunk in one of these ones here, maybe this one, just because that's an intersection, like a corner. That would feel weird. But we have a chunk somewhere here that's like the entrance to the Jaffa factory. Like if these are the tiles that the Jaffa factory occupies, then this one is like the front door, as it were, and this is like some sort of grand entranceway into the front of the factory, which will give us 2 vacant tiles on either side here, which might be nice for a little bit of rural activity or something. Like we might have animals in these spots here, because we're going to need, thinking ahead to actually making a Jaffa cake, we're going to need eggs, I think, and we're going to need milk, I think. I'm pretty sure we need both of those things, and they're going to come from animals. So we need some sort of egg-based animal reserve and some sort of milk-based animal reserve, and a way to get eggs and milk from these animals and contain them somewhere. And then they can feed into the factory, sitting around there, and so on and so forth from there. So I'm kind of thinking of trying to set up something like that here. I don't know that I can necessarily make an entrance chunk into the factory without actually having the factory itself yet. I think we need to build foundation layers of the factory and kind of get a bit of the block palette for it going before we can even think about what an entryway to it would even look like. But at the very least, I think we can maybe focus on some sort of nice animal area in these two spots here. We should check some recipes, as I say. If we actually look at Jaffa cakes and sort of see what the plan is, we've got to get our way to just a Jaffa cake to start with. All the others will follow. So it's been a while, but yes, liquid chocolate definitely comes from mixing together sugar, cocoa beans, and milk. So sugar and cocoa beans are just hopper botany pot things. They're just coming out of plants, right? Milk, well, that's coming out of cows. And we've got cows. We've even got yellow cows. And maybe yellow cows is the way to go. And maybe we look into the other colours of cows, because there was something about these yellow cows making yellow flowers and ways to get other cows of maybe other flowers or something. So we might have some colourful cows to get our colourful milk. Like it might be fun to have chocolate milk coming from well, I was going to say from chocolate looking cows, but that's literally just a brown cow, isn't it? That's no fun at all. Alright, the other side of this is the orange jelly cake, which is obtained by deploying orange jelly onto miniature cakes. The orange jelly is, of course, coming from mixing together orange juice and slime balls. That's right, and so we actually need orange juice. So slime balls we're getting by putting dye together with dough, and dough we're getting by bulk washing wheat flour, and wheat flour we're getting by crushing wheat and stuff like that. So all that's going to get taken care of. That's all organic stuff. But the orange juice, that's coming from compacting oranges, which are coming from orange trees. There's no other way to do this. So that's something we cannot hopper botany pot. We have to grow orange trees naturally. So at some point we need to reserve a spot for oranges to be able to get the orange jelly. Miniature cakes. Yep, we compact together any type of egg. Oh, I just saw emu egg. We're definitely doing that. I can see him looking at us over there. With your head in the blades. We are definitely using your eggs. Platypus egg, emu egg. Yep, we're putting emu eggs into these Jaffa cakes, and sugar and wheat flour. And again, sugar and wheat flour, easy, sorted. So they're kind of like our big 3 remaining things that we have to deal with. Milk from some cows, eggs from some emus, I guess now, and oranges from orange trees. That's kind of our big things left. If you had 4 red cows and 6 brown cows, how many ways? All right, Katooth. It's not maths with Sharky just yet. But you, look at you, dipping your head around. You're gonna be giving us good eggs. All the eggs that you've been sending to waste here that we've just been letting despawn, we're gonna get millions of eggs. We're gonna have to work out how you guys breed maybe to get more of you. Or we're going on an expedition to trap hundreds of you. How's this thing going? Getting bone meal for days? Lovely. Speaking of, let's check out other things over here. This thing that's just generating our resources and filling up and running dry and doing all of its things. So, yep, that's just our stuff. But this is really filling up. It's got the stack upgrade tier 2. We might even want to put another stack upgrade in there. Stack upgrade tier 3. Since we've got the gold, honestly, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 24 gold. Got like 150 of it. So, yeah. Let's just take that. And I don't want to, I can't take it out. I've got to do the one where I click on it to do the upgrade. So what is this? Stack upgrade? I thought there was a way I could just... I could probably click on it with the stack upgrade, but... I think I'm just making a new one from scratch. Maybe. Because there's no way I can take that out. Okay, we'll just make a new one from scratch in a sec. We'll just check on this. Yeah, this is going along nicely. Got 15k cobble, 5k of those other two, about just under 3k of diorite. At some point we're going to make a serious look at how much those things are making. But, not now. So, one of these guys. Well, we need 2 of them. Stick them in there too. We're going to need 1 of them. Which needs 1 of them. Which needs 1 of them. Oh, didn't actually make 1 of them. 1 of them. 1 of them. 1 of them. Okay. So we've got the gold tier upgrade. So we should just be able to swap it out. Like, just literally put it in there. Bam. And now, if we do that, there we go. Everything's squished down a tiny bit more. So we got to spare 1 of them now. Which is fine for when we need to make the next gold upgrade for something. Nice. Okay. Alright. Yeah, we've got all of our building gadgets and things on us, don't we? Yeah. For good work. Alright, so... thinking this through. We've got... Jaffa factory chunks here. And here. And the next one. That one, and this one. The one that's got the fighting bulls in it. Are you guys like actually fighting? Anyway. Which gets us very close to this guy's house. But not technically into it. And along here. And along here. So your farm will technically be safe. Built right up against the back of the Jaffa factory. And along into here. And so these 3 chunks here. This one is like an animal chunk here. This one is the welcome chunk into the entrance here. And this one is the other animal chunk. And we go from there. So at the very least, I need to swap this back out for grass so that we can get stuff growing in here. Or swap it out for dirt, I mean. Got dirt. Oops, that was not what I meant. This one, backpack. That's dirt. Get a bit of dirt out of the backpack. And let's tidy a little bit of this up. I'm sure there's a sneaky vein mine I could do or something here, but I'd end up digging out the whole ground underneath here as well. So, and this is coarse dirt. Now that's a problem. Coarse dirt we don't want. Let's get rid of that. Oops. Coarse dirt's a no-go. Mouse is going a little bit glitchy there. This is all, that's the dirt I put down. That's coarse dirt as well. That's also coarse dirt. Whoop. I mean, that kind of doesn't matter because that's going to get mined out on its own anyway. This is more coarse dirt. That's just a grass block. And it's raining. Does grass spread over coarse dirt? Am I just being a bit of a fool here? I'm also just gonna just do that. Just separate that dirt from that. That goes underneath. Yeah, that's gonna dig mountains of it. Okay, let me just chop properly. Just dig it myself. On there. You would think if it did, it would have by now. That's true. Grass isn't that slow at spreading, so if it was going to spread, surely at least some of these would have picked up a little bit. Oop, that was real dirt. That's also coarse dirt. Iron shovel's about to bust. Yep, there it goes. Two shovels. Seeing as though we've got over 1,000 iron there, we're now absolutely rolling in iron, which means we can start making things out of iron again. Since we are just mass producing it in crazy quantities. I'm also just realizing that there's a building gadget for literally this. For placing dirt like this. Let's do that instead. Okay. Building gadget. Not copy-paste gadget, just regular building gadget. And that's power lines. I want to shift right click dirt. Yes. And I want to... What is it? Is it... it's G? Yes. I want to do like surface, maybe? Does that count as ground surface? Yeah, like that. And I've got the range only set to 5, but I could easily have the range a bit bigger than that. That'd be fine, surely. Bam. There we go. That works, just don't look down at the ground and put more dirt down there. There we go. No negative side effects whatsoever. We are using the building gadget correctly. Amazing. Although I'm out of dirt. I am out of dirt. That's all coarse dirt. I thought I just had millions of dirt in my inventory. But that's actually all coarse dirt. Did not even notice. caught on that road edge. Let's dump all that highly valuable coarse dirt into the computer. We've got over a K of it. Oh, it's because it's... Right. I'm trying to work out why it's leaving gaps, but because I'm putting it on specific surfaces, like that mode, that surface mode, it's smart enough to sort of distinguish between the surface I'm putting it on, so as to not put it on the wrong sort of thing. This is also the part where I should have been busting out a bunch of other blocks and things, so I could put it down more consistently throughout. I can't vein mine this because that'll just vein mine all the layers underneath it. I could do like the shaped mine in like a straight line, but honestly it's not that much to just do a little bit of digging. Gotta play actual Minecraft every now and then, do some like real mining. Bam, bam. Okay. Right, also getting to night time. Yep, the sun's going down. Let's have a nap right here. Get rid of this rain. Sleep in the rain. Rain, go away. That's better. Now we can actually see what we're doing. And one over there for some reason. Okay. Great. I love how it just pushes up those cobblestone blocks in the hole. Oop. There we go. Alright, and I mean, yeah, we've got stuff going on over here with this chunk, obviously. But this one's less priority because this one's actually Jaffa factory floor over here, so I'm not as fussed about getting that one sorted this second. Look at that, we had just enough dirt. We got the right amount of it somehow. Great. There we go, everything's cleaner. Let's deal with these couple of flowers and things here. Just tidy up the appearance of this bit. Ooh, that was a bit of eating. I heard that. It was a golden carrot that we ate. Alright. I'll dump a bit of this stuff back in the computer. And let's have a think about how we're keeping our animals. Boop, 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 boop. And even the dirt, yeah. So, I'll just turn that off for a minute. So, I'm thinking emus in this chunk for no particular reason, cows in this chunk for no particular reason, and entranceway here. So in terms of like sort of enclosures, I'd like to be able to still sort of effectively see the animals in there. But at the same time, we've got to make sure that there's no chance of them getting out. I like this kind of, you know, what we did here for this garden area. I wonder whether we can replicate this in some manner over here for the Jaffa factory now. I don't know whether the flat borderless bricks tiles is the right kind of block, but something like that with like fancy bits so that we can like see through into the animals. You know, rather than just the boring, just have fence on ground level. Something like this that's got a little bit more substance to it. Although, maybe it's just as simple as we have bricks with like half slabs along the top or something. So then we can still see over it, they can't get out, that kind of stuff. So, if we look in chipped, no, the chipped, yeah, there's 52 pages of stuff. Like, we've got purple coloured ones and black coloured ones and all sorts of things. We probably don't want to do anything too exotic because it's got to be able to blend against the Jaffa factory. So there are some options. Either we do these, number one, Jaffa coloured in some way. Number two, we do them coloured themed to what's inside them, like the emu ones should have like earthy tones. The cow one might be a bit harder because if we have different coloured cows, that's going to be a bit more awkward. I'm thinking maybe we'd go for a bit of a Jaffa-y sort of, you know, like you got your orange and blue. So I'm wondering whether we have blue pen for multicoloured cows, orange pen for, you know, dusty emus and things like that. That should work. Surely blue should fit with colours of cows, especially if the cows only end up being like yellow and red, boring things like the primary colours. That'd be fine. Nothing too unusual. So, like that nice royal blue, is that too blue? This is lapis. A block of lapis. Now that's one thing that I don't know that we've got en masse. No, lapis is something that you have to just get by regular boring mining. There's no sneaky way to get lapis. Lapis dust. Well, that's just going to be from grinding up lapis, isn't it? Yeah. So that's not a loop that we can exploit. I mean, I can pulverize it to get more lapis out of it. Induction smelter. Let's start by seeing, firstly, how much lapis we've got, and then whether or not we've got 143 already, and whether or not there are other blues that don't require lapis. Obviously, we're not using a diamond kind of blue, but yeah, there's like, oh, that's blue ice. Oh, maybe like a pastel blue like that's not going to really be Jaffa factory color. We want like dominant primary blue. I mean, just looking at how it's made, yeah, we just take blue ice. Yeah. Oh, it's like dirt bricks. Because I gotta also keep my eye out for like orange ones, like copper ones. I don't know about that. Copper's sort of not the right kind of orange for the Jaffa colours. Look at all those whites. They're snow. Packed mud. Wow, look at these exciting leaves. I mean, we're literally looking through 50 pages of just blocks here, so there's going to be anything and everything here. All these pumpkins? Oh, that's hilarious. Good evening in the chat there. Thanks for tuning in. We're currently just looking through block palettes at the moment to see to see what sorts of colours we might want to use for our enclosures we're about to make. I mean, this is wooden plank stuff. That would work for an animal enclosure, like wooden style things. If there's a blue coloured wood, this is Java, Java edition. We're on PC on Java edition at the moment. Yeah, so now these are all of our different coloured planks and things. Yeah. That's right, now we get into all them warped ones and things. Thank you for the follow. Glad to have you with us. Hope you enjoy the stream. There's more of the stripped ones. We've got to be careful we don't match telegraph pole things too much. So our other colours, yeah, like so these are our warped stem things that... Wow, look at all this. Edged, stripped, warped stem, D, sign. Like, I feel like there's a load of stuff there that we definitely didn't look into, that we could have looked into with our telegraph poles. Things with stripes up them, things with bands around them. Posture check. Yes, good call. Thank you. We've not doing too bad. We've only been at this half an hour now, but I can definitely sit back up. That is a bit of a mess there. We will also get rid of that spam in the chat. That one's not real. Let's ban that. There we go. Check posture. Posture is terrible. Posture successfully checked. I really should change that to something like fixed posture or something. Whoa, that's all the doors. And then, oh, glass. Okay, all the different glass blocks. Here we go. Oh, that's wool. Oh, yeah, I don't know about having them made from wool. I mean, you wouldn't know to look at it, necessarily, unless you knew it was wool. You could get away with... Like, there's the nice orange colour. Just flicking through now. Like there's a good orange. That's sandstone orange. Yeah. What's this? Terracotta orange? Terracotta might work if there's blue. Although all that blue is glazed. Yeah, and that's the blue terracotta and it looks purple. So that's no good. That blue is very dark. Blue concrete. Oof. Yeah, that's a bit heavy, that blue. I mean, that's a nice emergency orange concrete. Like, we might use those sorts of things, the orange concrete and the blue concrete, as part of the actual Jaffa factory construction itself. That would make some sense. That's these brick pillars again. Whew, that's very red. That's because they're redstone. And that's the last page. Right. So, the blue ones for the lapis are very blue. Is there any way of doing these concrete ones? No, I wanted to do wood. Where was... No, that was dirt. That's still not it. Here, so we had the acacia ones. They're the nicest orange, but again they're wooden. We don't really have a blue adjacent wooden one. So the other option is, if we can't match those colours, we don't try to match them at all, and we just do something a bit more neutral palette, which might just be stick with the wooden theme and just do like a nice wooden colour, like spruce or something. Dark oak's way too dark. Jungle's a bit light. Some random jump scare noises coming from behind me. A wild skeevers has appeared back home. Sup, there she is in the chat. That must have been some stream noise or something coming back at me. What do you reckon? Oh yeah, oak's a little bit nicer. It was the stream ads. Of course it was. Maybe oak's a nice gentle colour. So we get some sort of, I mean, it's just literally oak planks, and then we put it into the carpenter's workbench. Do we? Is that one of the ones we've got? Or is that literally the only one we don't have? Yeah, we've got the mason table. The botanist workbench. Yeah. Okay, so first things first, get the carpenter's workbench, because that's like the only one we're missing. Finished tennis at like 8:25. That's got to be a record. Carpenter's. Oh, we need like the workbench upgrade or something. Get the workbench first. Workbench. Amazingly easy. Random bits of stuff. A wooden axe. Nope. Misclicked. Okay, carpenter's table. Let's just stick it down and see what happens. There we go. We've got saws and things everywhere now. So if I just stick oak planks into it, will it do all that for me? Played 3 sets. He was not happy though, as I didn't have a cake. Oh, the one time they're there, and you haven't even got cake. How inconsiderate. Had all the sticky date pudding last week. No, we can literally do this without an upgrade. So what's the upgrade all about? Just that you can do an upgrade if you so choose? Because that looks like everything's available. You know, yeah. Okay, so what are we looking at? And oh, and of course I was toying with doing a slabby bit of this. Now that's going to be the next thing. Because of course, oh, I mean, I can use this to make a million things, but slab, and of course it's not going to be easily looked up because there's a million recipes now. Just give me the slab recipe. Slab. Come on, that's stairs. We must be getting close. Don't make me type in slab. I just want to be able to click on it. There it is. Right, so can we dress them up? We can make a stool. That's silly. Yeah, these are seats and things. Can I fancify this? Skeevers needs to shower and sleep, and she needs me to stay hydrated. We just had a posture check. Ah, there we go. Alright. Yeah, there's no... Wow. There's no fancying up an oak slab. So, like we've just got the regular wooden slabs, and then we've got like all these exotic slabs, but they're not wooden. They're all made with all sorts of things. New follower, that's right. A couple of minutes ago. You hit the ball with your nose. That seems like it'll take some skill. Did you hit the ball with your nose, or did you hit your nose with the ball? Is there a difference? Do we do a slabby bit at the top? I mean, we've got to do something, because cows will just walk over anything that's 1 block high. So we've got to have something. Tried to hit the ball and missed it and hit me straight in the nose. Okay, so you were aiming for it, not with your nose, and then got nose contact as a result. Diorite brick slab. Yes, we can get things that like that look like that look like they're resembling wood, but are just definitely not. I mean, I don't want to... Yes, it's the concrete stuff does slabs. Oh, trumpet. What's this? Oak vertical slab, yeah. Azalea slab, ashen slab, trumpet slab. Like, I don't want this to necessarily make me stop using wood and now start using something else just because I can't get to slabs. Oh, thatch. What if we made the fence out of thatch? Now that would look terrible. It'd look like the fencing was edible. Bamboo thatch, even worse. Mossy oak slab. Now that's interesting. Just add moss block to oak. Huh. That's more efficient. Making it that way. Because moss blocks are just a thing. Yeah. That's interesting. No tennis for 4 weeks? Oh, I guess because we've got Easter Monday and so on, and holidays and probably all sorts of things happening there. Terracotta shingles and things. I'm just staring at blocks forever. What's this? More shingles and stuff. First week back to the Anzac Day holiday. Of course it is. That makes sense. You always get all the Monday holidays for your tennis. Nothing ever happens on a Tuesday for us. Okay, I think we're just having boring oak slabs. Do we get something that's slightly exciting, but not terribly exciting. I get Melbourne Cup Day, I guess that's true. And then we put slabs on top of it. Like, it's going to go this way. So that's great. Texture's like going the other way. I wonder if we could make that go sideways. Like that. There it is. Vertically railed versus regular railed. Alright, railed oak planks. That might be a winner. That's a crossways kind of fence thing. That looks a bit silly. That one's not even connected. That looks like bricks. It literally is brick bond oak planks, but made out of wooden texture. Oh, some of those are a bit eye-hurty. Fine oak planks. Eek. That's not even connected. So far, that's out in the lead by far. That's interesting because that's just a connected texture all the way through. To some respect, so is that. We need it to be fine to have the slabs on top as well. Like, the slabs are gonna naturally cause a little bit of... Oh wait, copycat slabs. Copycat slabs mean we can do anything. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Okay. We could literally make this with any block now. We're now no longer confined to wood. Anything orange, anything blue. Copycat blocks just do this for us. Oh, wow. This has just opened up a whole world of ideas. Oh, that's not at all where I was wanting to go with this. That's actually quite nice. I like that, actually. That's currently the front runner. Cornered oak planks. Ooh, like a nice big log looking one. Yeah, doesn't work so much upways, but that's fine. Crossways is nice. Cornered oak planks. Okay, so any orange coloured block. So if we gave this up completely, you know, we could do... Well, that's an orange shulker box. We're definitely not doing that. But we could take, like... Well, I mean, these are actual blocks we could just be using. So in fact, part of this is self-defeating, because why would I make a copycat block orange concrete when I could just use orange concrete? It would only be for the slab bit on the top. This would be how we would make the slab on the top have a specific texture. So we could get, oh yeah, and that's all the orange walls and things. They were those orange concretes. So of the blues, because blue was the one that was really holding us back, blue concrete was maybe a smidge too dark. What's that? Blue pedal block. That's a Britannia. That's a no-no. And that's just blue wool. Yeah, and then we get into the blue concrete, at which point we might as well just be using blue concrete. Yeah, I think we don't overthink this, as we are prone to. We just stick what works, and currently what works is this stuff. So let me get a heap of this cornered oak planks. Bunch of oak. That one, oak log. We'll have a nap, because it's night time again now. We spent all day, probably, looking at that. Let me make a whole heap of that. Why aren't we overthinking? Yes, I know. We'll do that, and we'll get some slabs, because we've got to actually visually confirm that this is going to work. So imagine we've got some nice bits like this. So we get this nice texture with a bit of corner to it, but we also have slabs on the top. Which are a bit heavy. Like, it keeps the texture going slightly. It's subtly different on the bottom. It's a bit hard to see over. Like, that's the only thing. Looking over at these cows, it's a bit hard to see over to them. So I wonder whether we're approaching this all wrong, and we do the other method of keeping animals in an enclosure, and that is we drop them down. Do we have like one block up as fencing, like this bottom stuff? One block's worth of fencing, like this. And then inside, do we drop it down a block? So that gives it effectively 2 blocks high. So the cows definitely can't get out. We can see into them. We can look down, and we can in fact jump in. Yeah, maybe we do that. In which case, it kind of doesn't even matter what sort of blocks we're using in terms of 1 block high or what, if we're dropping things down. We could go fully fence again, but now let's do this. Let's commit. Let's actually lock into something. So if we go over here, and again, sort of thinking through this, all of these grassy chunks are defined by their dirt path border, then their grass layer, and then their stuff. So we ought to keep that style alive here. So this chunk should have a dirt border around the outside of it, because that is what we've kind of established as our unofficial sort of aesthetic here. Okay, then we're going to have a border of grass, and then we go into these. And so now, to prevent the cows from hopping up, we drop this down. We can't drop it down by half a block and leave them on half slabs because, well, I was going to say no, actually they don't, because they need to roam on grass, but that's sheep. Sheep need to roam on grass to eat grass in order to grow their wool back. Nothing else matters for them. So we could honestly put them down a half block, which means we could cheat with copycat blocks by putting a grass layer half down. Is there a grass slab? That's glass. Grass slab. What's that? Slowly replenishes hunger while walking on grass. Wow, okay. But no, there's not a grass slab. Could we do the thatch slab as the ground? That would look insane. All these bamboo thatch slab. You can't have that as the ground. Have them walking on that. That would look insane. Our plans of making a golf course are ruined. I mean, we probably should make an official Jaffa branded golf course at some point for all the executives to retire to after a hard day of overseeing the Jaffa factory. But that can be a luxury project for down the road a bit. Got to have our road go somewhere, like, you know, literally down the road a bit. These roads have to go somewhere. They can go to a golf course somewhere. Do I have any grass blocks in the computer? That'll be my next thing. And if not, do I have any silk touch to pick up a grass block? And or is there a clever way to make a grass block with recipes? No, I don't. Okay, so grass block. I can, yeah, I literally can. Have I got one of these? I don't think I do. I mean, I've got to use them to squirt chocolate topping on a Jaffa cake. They are really not hard at all to make. And that's a deployer. Half a bucket of water. It's turned into a grass block. Next thing is silk touch. What have I got in here? Have I got shovel? No. Pickaxe. Fortune. Efficiency. Hoe? No. That's all of them, right? Axe. Regular axe. They were pickaxe. And there are other miscellaneous tools over here that the pigman's been giving us. No, they're shoes. They're not tools at all. They are specifically only shoes. Coming along nicely. Obligatory check on this, since we're in the neighbourhood. Okay, I get the impression that granite's going up and andesite's going down at the exact same rate. I thought they were both 5,000 to start with. Granite's gone up 2,000, andesite's gone down 2,000. So we need to slow granite and speed up andesite. Which makes sense because we seem like we've got a lot of granite going at the moment. And that's andesite there. We're going to speed that one up. So one more andesite and one less of these. Okay. Oh, let me do this like that. There we go. Built. From there through to there. And now we can put that extra one into one of these ones. Like that one. Okay. So that'll have readjusted the levels a bit, so we'll see if that does anything. Anything notable. Immediately lost my train of thought. So we were going to silk touch because we don't have any kind of spouter thing. We can easily make a spouter thing. This is a lot of effort to go to just get a grass block, and in fact we're going to need loads of grass blocks to do this if we're going to be copycat blocking the whole base of this. We need a grass block for every single one of these, which means it would actually just be way more efficient to just grab grass blocks, silk touch style. Surely. Although honestly it might not. Might be nice to be able to just make grass blocks. Let's just make grass blocks. Let's be done with it. Alright, so this requires copper casing, which is literally nothing. And a bit of kelp, which is not in the computer. Because of course it's not, it's in our other stuff. There we go. Anything interesting in here? Any deployers in here? Not deployers, depots. I don't see any. There's a lot of good stuff in there. A lot of windmill sails. Some real big cogs. Okay, there's the spout. Depot. Andesite casing and andesite alloy. That's how you make andesite casing, isn't it? Oh, it's a log. Not a regular plank. And of course there's no logs in here. So why would there be? Alright. Have a nap. Make the depot. We also need tons of water. Alright. Depot. Okay, so we've got things like this electric pump that is just producing infinite water. This electrolytic separator. Could I steal water out of it? I mean, I also need this spout, right? If I ponder it, it also needs like create power, right? Spout can fill fluid holding items provided beneath it. Yes. Yeah, look at that. The content of a spout cannot be accessed manually. Okay, this is great. So I actually have to pump into it. Instead, pipes can be used to supply it with fluids. Alright. This is this is more than I thought I was getting into. Sure. Items can be placed on a depot under the spout. Yes. Like that. Except replace that with block of dirt. Bam! It's now thing of honey. Because that was that. When items are provided on a belt. Yep. The spout will hold them automatically. Right, so that's exactly what we're going to do. the end. Okay. Fluid manipulators. So, mechanical pump. Yeah, this is way more than I was bargaining for. Straw. That's hilarious. Alright. So, the fluid tank, the fluid pipe, the mechanical pump. So, it looked like if I... No, how do I pause? Comfy reading. There was definitely a way to pause this. Also, there was a way to see what... Oh, identify. There it is. Right. So that's a mechanical pump. And they're fluid pipes, and then that's a fluid tank. Right. I can't rotate the scene. That's just replay. So yeah, you need cogs turning a mechanical pump that actually pumps. So pipes, mechanical pump, fluid tank. So govern the flow of their attached things. Yep, so they'll flow a specific direction based on which way they spin. Yep. Oh, the arrows indicate the direction of the flow. Nice. Okay, that's convenient. That'll show us. Network behind is now pulling fluids. Yep, so it's pulling fluids through there into there. That's fine. I mean, we've got to learn this stuff anyway for later on in the Jaffa stuff, sure. While transferring things through there. Pump's direction is unaffected by the input rotation, as in by the speed. So the wrench can be used for... Oh, I see. Oh. Okay. Alright. Up next, throughput of mechanical pumps. Okay, regardless of speed, mechanical pumps affect pipes connected up to 16 blocks away. Right, yes. So they're not going to pull from further away if they're faster. Speeding up the input rotation changes the speed of the propagation of flow propagation. Okay, yeah, so it will pump faster if it's turning faster. Right, good to know. Yep. But its range can't be extended. It'll always pump from that far. Pumps can combine their throughputs within shared pipe networks. Huh. Sure, all of them are facing the same direction. Exactly. Yep, that's better. So now they're all going to pump that at presumably triple the speed. Nice. Okay, that's a thing. And so then pipes are just boring old pipes. Connect two or more fluid sources. Yep. But they're not going to do anything unless they're... Okay, using a wrench, you can put a little window on. Yep, so I saw that. Some of the others had windowed panels. So you can see what's actually in the pipe. Windowed pipes will not connect to other adjacent pipes. Oh, that's nice. That's a good way to stop them connecting to things then. Yep. Powered by mechanical pumps. The pumps can transport fluids. Yes, exactly. We've been through that video segment now. Whoop, there it goes. No fluid is being extracted at first. Alright. Once the flow connects and the endpoints gradually transfer. Okay, right. So the stuff in here is actually like fake. It's just teleporting from there to there once a connection is actually made. So it's got to check there's a valid path. And this is not actually a real liquid. Yes, there we go. The pipes never physically contain any fluid. Called it. Right. Unlike energy transfer through our electrical cables, which actually does contain electricity in the blocks of the wires themselves. Okay, good to know. And then all that's left is the tank. We don't need half these other things, valves and whatnot. Whoa, what's that? A large amount of liquid. Sure, stick it on a fluid tank, like chocolate milk. Yeah. Pipe networks can push and pull fluids from any side. Great, so wherever we have it. Excellent. Ooh, the contained fluid can be measured by a comparator. Of course it can, because it's just like it's reading a tank or a chest or anything. Yeah. Oh, in survival mode, fluids cannot be added or taken manually. Then how do I get the water in there in the first place? Oh no. Basins, item drains, and spouts to drain or fill fluid containing items. Oh no. So you put stuff in the basin, which would fill the tank, which would fill the spout. Could I not just put a basin directly into a spout then, and skip the tank? What's the basin all about? Item drain. Yeah, this thing. Can extract fluids from items. Yes. So I put a bucket of water on there. It takes water. Yeah. Right click to pull fluids from your held item onto it. Yes. Happy with that? When items are inserted from the side. Ooh. Okay, yeah, they roll across and emptying their contents. Yeah, sure. And you would use that to fill that up. So I wonder whether or not I can pipe to a tank or whether I can pipe straight to the spout. We might be experimenting with this a bit. So this spout. Yeah, so the mechanical pump, its sole purpose is to pull fluid from the tank into the spout. Well, surely we can just pull from the basin into the spout, right? Because the whole, and I'll keep saying basin, but it's item drain. The whole point of that is that, yeah, it pulls out of the item drain to put into a tank. So yeah, it should be able to pull from an item drain and push it into a spout all in one big go. So we need to make a bunch of things. Let's turn all those lines off. Like, this is the start of it, and in fact this is nowhere near all of it. So item drain, we're going to need tons of this copper casing. Let's just make a heap of it. So, and of course the iron bars, which I know I've got some of in the other chest, but let's just make a bunch here. So there's the item drain. It's a mechanical pump. There it is. It's like cast iron ones. We need the fluid pipe. Oh dear. We need to get the copper sheets, which are squashing the copper ingots. Do we have any of those? We're doing like actual create things now. I'm sure we've squashed copper. Yeah, here we go. Copper sheets. Alright. So And just need a bunch of copper on us. So we'll do it back over here. Alright. And, well, a cogwheel. Small cogwheel. Okay. Alright, so there's a mechanical pump. So maybe that can pump straight from the item thing into the spout, into the deployer. Okay. Now, using half of this setup, can we steal from some of this? I mean, this may already be taxing most of this system, so it might be best off using one of these things over here that's not fully taxed. That's hopefully not fully taxed. So, mechanical pump. So from base and mechanically pumping it into the spout. So it's the mechanical pump that needs to be hooked into a cog somewhere. And like these cogs are facing the wrong direction. Yes. It's got to be an upright one, like one of these guys. You know, like one of them. Like this thing. That again is facing the wrong direction. I bet it requires a small cog, doesn't it? Not a large one. Like they've always appeared using small ones. Yeah. Okay. Back over to here. Find a a tiny slow moving cog, or one of these ones. We're out with our very bad cog job. There. I mean, that works. It's terrible, but it does something. Now, what's this doing back here? Is this doing anything? That's just providing rotational power to this system. But it is a conveyor belt on which we could be spouting onto. And again, there was no need to make a depot if I was putting them on a belt. So could I spout here, have that feeding water up into here, right, and this having you know, an item drain here. Like this is the worst thing at altogether. That's facing the wrong direction. There we go. Now it's pulling up to that way. So if I were to just literally dump this bucket of water in here, yes, it makes its way over there. Amazing. If only I had an infinite source of water here that I could fill that up with. Right. So there's the proof of concept. And I just deploy under that dirt, and then we're good to go. So, like one of these guys, that's just deploying out things. Which, if we'd put a chest there and a thing on there, we could have done that. So let's do that. Do that. There we go. And we may as well do that, just so it doesn't look quite as bad. Then we got one. We do. We've got an andesite funnel. Do we have a chest? We do not have a chest. It's a real hodgepodge, but it's our hodgepodge. Okay. Great. So that will just take things out of there, slide them along there, and they'll just fall off to the end into a pile. Because I don't have another one of them things, and that's fine. Honestly, not that fussed. Because this is just a bit of fiddling around. So, we need water. An infinite source of water fairly close to this item basin. Which could literally be here, because I can reach it. If I stood here, I can grab water from there, put it in there. So, it's not pleasant, but for the time being, that can be water. Okay, there's our infinite water. Now we just need a stack of dirt. And maybe have a nap. Holding our bucket of water. Okay. So, it should be good to go. What we'll do is we'll get up here. We'll stand here. We'll deposit in our stack of dirt. And we'll sploosh. What was that achievement? It was probably squirting water onto the dirt. It was probably literally what we think. Also, I've pressed K for some reason. I don't know why I pushed the letter K. Because the whole game is crashing now. K was the shaders button. How did we do that? I want achievements. Wherever the create achievements are. There it is. Aha. Aha. Under pressure, place and power mechanical pump. Copper age, we've skipped that. We've gone straight to sploosh. Watch a fluid containing item be filled by a spout. How many weeks ago did we discuss unbinding that? Yes, yes. Because we would never push K for some reason, would we? That would just be ridiculous. Yeah, we've somehow jumped to some of those. And these. Look at this. We've got wheels of destruction. We've got crushing wheels. We haven't even done half of these things here. What sort of create player are we? We haven't even done half of these things. Wow, a cuckoo clock. Maybe we'll pay attention to all of that one day. But for now, we can stick water in there, get water from there, stick water in there, and get water from there, and stick water in there. And also, why have I got that little cube on my cursor now? That feels bad. I can see grass blocks popping off the end there. So this is definitely working. Has that cube got something to do with me pushing K? Do I need to push K again? Just to clear it. Let's do it. Pushed K again. Shaders are going to turn on. Yes, amazing. Push it again, turn it off, but the cube's still there. Okay, K must be doing something else. It disappeared while the shaders went on. So I reckon there's something else bound to K. So we'll check that out when this is done. That'll be our chance to unbind the shaders. And work out whatever else K is bound to. How are we going? There's only 20 blocks of dirt left. Nice. I like how the item drain can contain exactly 1.5 buckets. Why does it have a capacity of 1.5 buckets and not 1 bucket or 2? Oh, that last one's waiting. Ah, I'm one short. Nice. And now I've got... Right. Are we done? Don't despawn. 64 grass blocks. Look at that. Job done. Some people see the bucket as half full again. As half again full. Okay. What am I doing? Options. Controls. Keybinds. K. Is that not how that works? Key K. Toggle shows rotation lock. Yeah, okay. That's definitely what we're turning on. That'll be what that cube is for sure. Let's change this from K to, I don't know, anything else. Control K. There we go. We're never going to do that. Done. Alright. Yep. Okay. So, there you go. Pushing regular K turns that on and off now. Rotation lock. That's probably important in some way. Okay. So we now have a load of grass blocks, which now means I need a load of copycat slabs. We've now got to try and work out how we made copycat slabs. I've got a heap of them in my backpack, don't I? Yep, copycat slabs. So, stone cutting, zinc. Is 38 enough? Probably not, but it'll be close. Zinc. Let's get a bit more. Stone cutting that into copycat slabs. Okay. 56 is definitely enough. So let us pop over here. This better work after all this, if for some reason this doesn't work. So if I can just carve that out, right? Yeah, easy. Perfect. Okay, so if I put down with grass in my offhand, that's the wrong direction, as always. Like that. Now the next thing that this betrays is a dirt edge. Because of how low down it is. Which makes me want to replace that dirt with something. But that's fine. That's fine. If these slabs are going to work like this. Oh, wait a minute. I'm out. I had nowhere near enough. Okay. I'm also going to be out of dirt. Like grass dirt. We need to do this, do like another whole stack of this. Okay. Okay, let's just do a whole other stack of this. Let's also check on this setup, since we're here. Granite is still going up. Was at 7,000, now it's at 8,000, but andesite looks like it's stabilized. Diorite's continuing to go down, I believe. So we could slow granite one more and speed up diorite one more. So granite, it's only got those ones. So if we take this one out. Oh, I did it! I've actually taken it out without destroying the belt. That's a miracle. Who knew you could do that? Clearly not me. Stick that in there. Okay. We'll check on that next time. So we get back up here. Oh no. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. Take grass blocks out of our offhand, because we've just wasted a grass block. Because I break that now. And that goes back to dirt. Ah. Just fine. Okay. Alright, we just do a bit more bucket filling again for a tick. Might do some of my own bucket filling. Doing it one-handed. Sort of. Can't quite turn enough. There we go. I like how this platform, the very first Create platform, has just become the spaghetti platform. I mean, The other one's kind of like that too, honestly. it's not great. The cogs are doing terrible things. They're not at all stepping up or down. We thought they were, but we had no idea what we were doing. Halfway there. Past halfway there, honestly. How's that? Is that enough? Are we done? I think we're done. Another 64. Right. Okay, no, take them out of there, because I'll do it again. We need to get... Oh, and I'll refill up that bucket. We need to get more zinc to make more copycat slabs. It would feel like we're running out of zinc, but I know we're not, because I'm pretty sure zinc is getting made by the gold factory. I'll have a nap. I'll check it on our way past. But copycat slabs, that would explain how we've got so much of it. Yes, we got literally 1,000 zinc there. 1,017 zinc. 700 gold. Remember once upon a time when we were frugal with gold? Now we've got 700 of it. So now we've got literally no reason not to be putting gold upgrades into all of our chests. Oh, no. Ah, wasted 2 grass blocks. How are we this bad at counting? 1, 2, 3, 4, 8, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. We need 18 more copycat blocks. I've pushed K. Oh, that was a close one. Somehow I pushed K for jetpack instead of G for jetpack. Dear, good thing we unbound the shaders. Let's take 2 stacks of zinc for the computer. I've already forgotten the number we counted up to, but I know it was less than 32. So let's just make 32 of them. And let's recombine those stacks. Okay, that's done. Now, how do we possibly deal with the fact that we have a dirt edge here? I can't do like an uppy copycat slab there. That would look silly. But is there a... I mean, I could do moss. Oh, dry grass, vivid grass. That's Britannia stuff. I could do like the moss block as an interior edge here, just because it's green. And I can just grow moss out of moss blocks here, but surface moss. There is a way to get moss. I know this. How does one get moss in the first place? That's just it's a regular Minecraft mechanic. You just do something to a thing in regular vanilla Minecraft, and you get moss. Just double check that we don't have moss in the computer already somehow. Because all we need is one, and then we can hop a botany pot at it. We have two. Is moss the thing we're doing up here? Is this moss? Whoa, what did I just do? I just tilled that into a dirt path? What? How is that a thing? Oh, that's hilarious. Take that out of my hand. Take that out of my offhand. Right click on this properly. Yeah, these are moss blocks that we are hopper-botanying straight into a composter. Could I save some of those, mayhaps? That looks like that's nearly full. I know. Where did I get them to put them in the hopper in the first place? I must have found moss somehow. There we go. Break it, break it, break it. Okay. That's fine. It can sit in there. That will slowly fill up with moss now from that thing. I mean, I want a lot of it, but I will get one every minute. Minute? 2 minutes. 1 minute. Growing on regular dirt. Yeah, the dirt path is half speed. Growing on regular, that's coarse dirt. Grass. Just, no, that's rooted dirt. Just give me regular dirt. There. Dirt, 1 times speed. Grow time, 1 minute. I'll get one every minute. Moss blocks in Minecraft, thank you Katooth, are primarily found in lush cave biomes, often located there. They're also commonly found in shipwrecks. So yeah, so I've probably found them in a chest somewhere. But yeah, I'm sure there's a mechanic where you just like put a thing on a thing, like you put water on something or whatever, and it makes moss. Or there's a way that once you've got moss, you spread it. Like, you've got to find it naturally in the wild, but then if you bone meal moss, does it convert other things into moss? That's a thing, isn't it? Let me try this out. I think there's a way to spread moss. Let me just destroy a bit of landscape over here, where it doesn't quite matter as much. If I put moss there, and I hit that with like bone meal or something, you can also buy for emeralds. Nice. Let's use the bone meal that the moss has been turning into. If I bone meal moss, does it make more moss? Like, I feel like this is a thing. I've never done stuff with moss before, but I've seen people moss. Yes! Whoa! I double clicked it and now a bunch of things happened. We got azaleas and flowering azaleas. Moss carpet? What even? Right, so yeah, there is a mechanic here for spreading moss. If I do it over here. Yep, it does it again. Right. Well, that's how you get moss. At faster speeds than waiting for a hopper botany pot. And now I can just dig that out. Because it's all moss. Bam. And just like that, 34 moss. Make a tiny bit more. make some over here. Moss and moss. Right. Great. Over a stack of moss. Can I fill all this with dirt? Put some dirt back down. That'd be perfect. Dirt this bad boy back up. Gonna run out of dirt very soon. We're officially out of dirt. Okay. Can we get more dirt back from the computer? And let's reconnect this system, because now that we've learnt that we can do this, we never need to unhook that again. That can just continue to make its stuff. Because I got heaps of moss now. Let's throw all of this into the computer. And stack of dirt. Because surely one stack is all we need. The holes are not that big. Let's just fix that while we're here. Okay. Nice. Terrain mangled a little bit, but we have a million moss. Gonna have a quick nap. Take the building gadget out. Seeds and things back in the computer there. Let's go and see. All of this was a question about whether or not moss would look any good. We didn't stop to think if we should. We just thought if we could. Because this is probably going to stand out a bit. And if it does, we just make the whole ground moss, maybe, instead of grass. So, like this. That's not visible from the other side, is it? No, of course not. It's the block underneath. Why would it be? And I can't just vein mine. That would be too easy. Could probably vein mine in a straight line if I think about it carefully. But I could just do that. That looks fine. It's just a little textured edge there. Just like a little bit of shading. Multiple pages seem to say Azalea, Shipwreck and Trader are the only 3 sources, but they also have titles like How to Get Your First Moss. Yes, now that makes sense. You just need to get a starting seed moss, as it were. And then once you've got it, make sure to never use up your last moss, because you can just always replicate it. The other thing that we should check at some point is to make sure that cows genuinely cannot escape from in here. I mean, I don't see how they could. They can't step that high. But if for some reason they float on these copycat slabs instead of actually walk on them like a human being, then we would have problems. So what we might do is just transfer these two bad boys over. And I was thinking about this. I was thinking, how am I possibly going to get animals safely across there without having to use leads and wheat and stuff like that? And then I remembered how emus work. And, oops, that's the wrong button. And we got a gyrodyne. And animals do love getting in gyrodynes. So I wonder, can I, without squashing one, just get down in here enough? Or have I made the world's worst pen? Come on, go forwards. Yeah, I think the pen's genuinely too small. Okay, I'm gonna have to let them out. Alright. Alright, prepare for the disaster as I open up their edge of the cage. Make a tunnel. I'm not making an escape tunnel for them. They're desperate to leave and they've left. Get in the thing. Come on. Like, just walk into it. If I mow you down. Come on. Hop in. Hop in. In you get. I mean, how does this not work? Where's my wheat? Potato, wheat seeds, wheat. Give us one wheat. Come on. I didn't want it to come to this. Where even is the second one? Genuinely, where is it gone? Come on. Oh, it's over there. Hop in. There. See? How hard was that? Okay, and now you're in the back seat. Good, because I need the front to drive. Build a fence path. Trying to get a cow to sit in a helicopter and asking, how does this not work? Watch the power lines. Don't fly the gyrodyne directly into power lines. Okay, dismount. And then smash the gyrodyne, which is already a weird strategy. And now he's in here. Oh, wait a minute. And of course, he's not going to be able to grow flowers on here because this isn't real grass. That's fine. I guess you don't need to grow yellow flowers like you did over there, because that's not what you're here to do. You're here to give us milk. Because you are special cows. That's right. Let's go get your friend. Where's the other guy? There he is. He's gone back home. Do yellow cows even have milk? Now we're asking the real questions. And he's gotten in. Alright. Real question is, if he even does, can I milk him while he's in there? Let's see. Yes and yes. He has regular milk. And it tastes fine. I can drink it like normal milk. Okay. Good call, Katooth. So that would have been a disaster if after all of that we couldn't even milk them. But it looks like we can. So we're fine. There we go. Okay. Nice. We now have 2 yellow cows in here. Next objective, work out how they breed and how to get other colours of cow. So this might be an alt-tab job. Let's see. We'll check on these blocks and then we'll go and I feel like that's good. I don't know. Let's say that's good. Alright. Let me go and just stand in the comfort of the home area while we have a little think about how moo blooms even work. Yeah, let me do that, and I can tab out without the game pausing. There we go. Alright, we'll get zombie noises, but that's fine. So, moo bloom breeding. Okay, moo blooms are primarily bred using wheat, similar to vanilla cows, resulting in a baby moo bloom. Many mods breeding 2 moo blooms can produce specific variants based on the biome, such as eye blossom variants in the Pale Garden or wither rose variants in the Soul Sand Valley. Wow. Okay, breeding method. Use wheat, or in some instances honey bottles. Well, I'm not doing that. Baby variants, breeding 2 of the same type typically yields the same type of baby. Good. Crossbreeding. Crossbreeding different floral variants can produce unique results. Right. Then there's biome-specific breeding. Yep. Eye blossom ones for Pale Gardens, wither rose ones for Soul Sand Valleys. Torch flower for in biomes when ones spawn. Cactus breeding in a desert biome. Do I need to take them somewhere and breed them somewhere if I want funny ones? Moo blooms can be sheared to become normal cows and can be used to generate flowers by interacting with them using bone meal. Ah. So there's the actual moo blooms mod page. Let's go to the wiki page, see what it's got to say. They spawn in flower forest biomes and cherry grove biomes. They do not naturally spawn anywhere else. Moo blooms follow play holding wheat. When breeding 2 types of moo blooms together, there is a 1 in 2 chance of getting a baby variant the same as the first parent, and a 1 in 2 chance of getting a baby variant as the second parent. Right. Moo blooms have 13 different variants, and they differ in skin colour and flowers on the mob's body. They can be covered with all variants of tulips, as well as poppy or cornflower or dandelion or lily of the valley or blue orchid or oxeye daisy or allium or azure bluet or pink petals. Nice. But how do I get those ones? What about that one? I can't just like feed them flowers or something, can I? Yeah, okay. Maybe we just have yellow ones for now, and that's a project for another time. And it's night time. Okay, let's get a bit of wheat and go and feed them. In fact, let's chop down the rest of their bits of, oops, their bits of unused fence here. We've got this crammed cow paddock, but no real need for them right now. Flower. Dirt. Fence. Come over here, guys. You and you. Have Bab. Nice. Little yellow Bab. And I can make you grow up by overfeeding you. Nice. And I cannot speed up the breeding cooldown. That's okay. I shouldn't have fed you past the 270 that they were at, but that's fine. Okay, so let's get out of here. Now the next thing that I've got to work out, at some stage we have to get milk out of them. So how does one milk cow using machine? Is there a create way to do this? Like, you know, milk bucket, milk tank, milk bucket, yes. So item draining, yes. Bucket of milk, fluid encapsulator, liquid milk, yes. So how does one milk cow? Let's see. There's like so much create stuff here. That's a puzzle in itself. when we have a million cows in there, how do we milk a cow? Now, I know one way you could do it is with a deployer. Like, you could put an empty bucket in the hand of a deployer, and it will reach out, and if there's a cow in front of it, it will poke the cow with the bucket, and you will get bucket of milk. Because a deployer is basically a little right-clicking finger. So that's definitely a thing that can be done, but that's not useful for if there are cows roaming around a big open field. That's fine for like a battery cow, a cow that's locked in place. And so I wonder, let me just get some buckets. Oh, there's some milk buckets in the computer. Let me drink those. I wonder, is there a milking cooldown? How quickly can you milk the same cow over and over again? So there was a breeding cooldown. Can I just get one cow over here, please? Endlessly. You can milk the same cow endlessly. Do cows never empty? Is that how cow works? Cow has forever milk. Let's just scull all this milk. Because if that's so, then I actually don't even need, like, I genuinely then don't even need a million cows in a pen. We literally can have a battery cow kind of arrangement. It's making me wonder, do we do something hilarious then? And have these as like the show cows and be like, oh, look at how, like, you know, ethically sourced our milk is. And then, like, behind the, like, secret panel is this one cow that is being infinitely milked, that produces all Jaffa cakes from this one sad cow that is just being forever right-clicked on. That's a question for another time, because we'd have to set up some sort of infrastructure. I'll breed a couple of these again now that they're ready. Bam, bam. There we go. Oh, I didn't mean to fall in, but that's alright. These are all good questions. So this might be just a nice place for cows to be. But realistically, yes, maybe we have a battery cow somewhere. So before we get too far ahead of ourselves, we should duplicate this whole thing for emus. Over there, emus are going to operate completely differently. Cue the rain. They don't get milked, they get egged, and they just lay eggs casually over time. So the more emus, the better, and we just suck their eggs up. Right? We use the same technology as what we're using over here. We use this same technology, a advanced magnet upgrade, to just suck up emu eggs. Floor made of hoppers, yeah, well that's the vanilla option, absolutely. But the modded option is to do this, is to have fancy vacuum barrel that vacuums up emu eggs. Nice. How is this looking? We've got so much stuff that I'm going to give you 4 stacks of gold. Honestly. Bam, 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 bam. Is that going to destroy this chest? It might. We shall see. You've got 4 stacks of gold. This is the most gold you've ever had. So, 1 emu. So here's the next thing we should have done when we were doing our research, which I'll quickly tab out to do again now. How do emus breed? Breeding emus in Minecraft. Emus in Minecraft, added by the Alex's Mobs mod, can be bred by feeding them wheat to produce a baby. Would you look at that? Everything likes to have wheat. They drop feathers, used for crafting specialized armor. I don't think I've ever killed one. And occasionally lay large blue eggs that can be cooked or hatched. You can hatch the emu egg? Really? That means we don't need to catch anymore. Emus are found. They can be tamed similar to horses. You can tame an emu? To what end? Can you ride them? Feeding 2 adult emus produces a baby. Use wheat to feed 2 tame emus to initiate breeding. Well, okay then. In some versions, emus lay large blue eggs that, if placed, can hatch into baby emus or can be cooked in a furnace. Okay. Alright, well that's fun. And it's night time. So let's sleep to get rid of the rain. Let's pick up your 1 egg. Seeing as though there's an egg right there. Because we might want to hatch it. Just stick that out of the way for now. So, what are we going to need? We're going to need an identical setup to that, which a smart person would copy paste, except it's full of copycat blocks, which despite the name are uncopy pastable. So we may as well just do it manually, but we need to start with a border. Okay. And then we go in, and then that's the actual edge, but we need to replace the edge with moss. Alright, this needs to be moss blocks, not the corners actually. The corners can stay as they are, because you can't see the corners. And all the interior needs to be dug out 2 squares deep. No, it just needs to be dug out to the moss block level, because it's just a slab then. So yeah, we're just digging this out down to this level, leaving the corners in. So in fact, I can vein mine this. Okay, and vein mine, And vein mine. Bam. Okay. Nice bit of iron. Alright, how much more moss have we got? Not enough. We should have turned some of this dirt into moss before we dug it up. We still can, in fact. Moss. Building gadget. Put the dirt back down. There we go. And now I just need bone meal again. Produce more moss as we need it. Hello. We do have a bunch of your eggs in the computer, don't we? We do. We got 20 eggs. Just in case we need a bunch of them for hatching. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Did we spread that moss into stone as well? Oh, that's interesting and also maybe not good. Maybe very good, but also maybe not good. Huh. Yep, ton of moss now. That should be plenty. But I'm going to need to put some dirt back in this ground. Okay. That didn't do anything weird over there. No. Moss blocks. Okay, we'll do the floor next, which means we need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 100 copycat blocks and 100 grass blocks. Alright, so we're not going to make this mistake again. We've done the maths this time. Let's turn the chunk borders off. Those buckets back in and keep that weight on us for a bit. Those planks can go back. So can those slabs. We're going to want all this dirt. Basically. Need a bunch more of that though. And of course zinc. 100 of them into 2 stacks is plenty. There we go. That's 128, 38, 42 of them. So now we just need a bunch more dirt and water. This system that we had for automatic conversion of dirt into grass is getting less and less automatic. Seems like we're doing a lot of manual labor to do this, when we could have put in the effort to come up with a way to have an infinite water source emptying itself into this item train. Rather than us having to constantly click it. Oh. That's fine. Something to think about for when we do this sort of thing properly. I mean, it makes sense for water. When this is like milk from cows and stuff, absolutely, it's just a cow's going straight into this. It's just milk buckets from a cow. We going, oh, that's one stack down. Okay, we're halfway there. Alright, only 20 dirt left. Getting there. Reckon that piglin's gone through his 4 stacks of gold yet? 10 dirt to go. Once we finish doing this, we'll go and check it out, but of course we've got to be careful that we don't let all of this dirt despawn. Oh, we've done it now. We've actually trapped ourselves. We're going to have to go up through the haunter. Got it, 2 stacks. Nice. Alright. Go and pick up some replacement water. Pick up that egg. Replacement water, have a nap. Okay, that should be good now. So, let's go check on that piglin and see. He is still looking at gold in his hand. There's 120 gold still in there. He's halfway through it. Alright, so, no, there. Okay. out of them and out of them. There we go. Nice. Okay. That looks very natural. And now, oh, we didn't turn those oak planks into fancy oak planks. That one? Yes. Whoops. Okay. Alright, we have a second pen. And so now, what happens if I throw an egg? Literally nothing. Okay, so I can throw the eggs just like chicken eggs. Hopefully that's actually giving me a chance of an emu. Otherwise, we're just tossing eggs. Let's get the other 20 out of the computer, plus the one you just laid then. Let's just throw them all at the ground. See if emus come out of them. We're down to our last 8 eggs. There we go. Proof that it works. We got a tiny baby emu with lovely, colourful, stripy bits, because I think it's a baby, so that's how they look. The odds were not good. Out of all those eggs, we got 1. I mean, technically we have another one. You are the other one. Would you like to come over? You've been sitting here for the entire series, it feels like. You reckon you're ready to leave the confines of your gyrodyne and go and roam free? Might need to duck down a bit. Watch out for those blades. Oh, the baby's hiding in the corner. Oh, it's come charging over. Do you recognize your mother in there? Don't get too close to the gyrodyne. I'm hitting it. There we go. Now, you are a little bit... Hello. You are a little bit taller than your average cow. Are you able to get out of here? If I were to entice you with a bit of wheat, would you will give it a red hot go, but you cannot. So yeah, you will attempt to jump, but you cannot get out. Okay, good to know. It's an emu. Encounter an emu. Why does it say exercise caution? What do we have to be cautious about? It's only an emu. Let's put some of our stuff back. That can go back. The spare Gyrodine can go back. That can go back. I should probably leave the copycat stuff in our backpack. But I'll take a stack of wheat. I can go and breed those cows again and feed you a tad more. You guys will be ready. 1 and 2. And you here. 1 and 2. Nice. We're gonna have moo blooms for days. Don't tell me you can see the wheat from all the way over there. He's really getting the jumps going. You're not gonna hurt me, are you? Like, you've really come at me with the wheat. But we wait a little bit for the baby one to grow. Have a quick sip of water ourselves. And then once you grow up, we'll breed the 2 of you and confirm that we can get a 3rd one. Yep, so I can feed you and you're happy. Plop. And now you're both happy. Whoa! Whoa! Okay, what's that all about? Why did a baby zombie show up? Right as I bred them. And has that got anything to do with exercise caution? I saw nothing in any of the breeding stuff that I googled to say be careful about there being baby zombies. Why did that spawn? It's daytime. It's not even spawning conditions. That's going to be a challenge if you guys make zombies when you spawn. But why would you? Why is that a thing? Baby hiding in the corner. That's so bizarre. Oh, and there's an egg. Nice. We can get an egg back. We should be working on an egg recovery system. A thingo in the middle. A chest that can pick up the eggs. So hopefully the range is fine. What was the range on this guy? Excuse me. He's picking up to within these dimensions, as it were. And this is effectively 10 that way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. This is effectively 10 by 9, but he struggles to pick up the end ones. So it's actually 9 by 9. So it's like, radius 4 around from there. So, oh, excuse me, coughing into the mic. And this is 10 by 10 in here. So when we place it down, it's going to hover, it's going to hoover them all up except for like one strip. According to Google AI, in Minecraft, emus and zombies require very different approaches. See, I could believe that. I feel like I need to review the footage. see frame by frame what actually happened there, because that was so unusual. So, checking out what this chest over here wanted. You're still going. You've got 10 ingots left. It doesn't need to be a gold barrel with all the trimmings. It just needs to be a barrel that can magnet things up. The advanced magnet upgrade lets you pick up things with a filter. So you can allow just the eggs and nothing else. So that's fine. So we might do that. So we just need an advanced magnet upgrade and a regular barrel. That's a Minecraft barrel though. I want one of these. One of these iron barrels, yeah. One of these sorts of barrels. That kind of barrel. And it just gets a single upgrade and that's fine. But we may as well make it an iron one, because there's literally no reason not to. Bam. And so now, you're slightly bigger and you get 2 slots, just in case we need to do more things with you. So, we need the magnet upgrade, the advanced magnet upgrade. So, the advanced magnet upgrade we've got all these funny routes on how to get there. Yep, it honestly makes no difference which path we take. Okay, so we need a sticky piston. Oh, so we need a piston. Okay. Now we can get a sticky piston. We need to blank one of those upgrade bases. Then we can make our pickup upgrade. So then we can make our magnet upgrade. So then we can make our advanced magnet upgrade. Right. Job done. And for now, this can just sit in the center somewhere here. Nice. Got more. The center somewhere here. The center being arbitrarily, let's say, here. And of course it will hover, as is the nature of a barrel with slabs. So that's fine. We might make it face the other direction. Yeah, that's right where I'm putting it, sir. So, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Over this way, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it's this back edge here that it may not suck them up in. But that's fine. So we put that in there, we give it the magnet upgrade, and we say allow emu eggs. Put 2 of them in there. Okay. And we just leave it like that. Now if you guys plop out some more eggs, we're good to go. And you're able to breed again, so I'm going to get out of here just in case a zombie spawns. And we're going to very carefully feed you. Okay. I'm hopping in. Put my jetpack on for emergency escape. You can't jump up on the barrel because the barrel's too high. I think we're fine. I don't know why you spawned zombies on me before. You guys will be ready to spawn again as well. Nice. You're all stuck in one corner now. Okay. You guys are fun because you poke your heads up and have a look. You bounce around. You guys look just like flowers, and then when you get closer you're like, those flowers have cows under them. But you guys are fun. You guys are going to jump around trying to go after things. Oh, excuse me, that was me eating more carrots. Okay, and can we check the barrel from over here? We can at least look at it. Yep, and we can click on it. Still only 2 eggs. That's fine. You guys can lay eggs, they'll go in there. Alright, so for now, it's kind of like quest complete. Sort of. Let's check in on you. You're done with all of your 4 stacks of gold. You better have some good stuff for me. Like 1,000,000 ender pearls. Let's see. You have 7 ender pearls. Nothing in the hopper. It's definitely fed all the way through. You've given me 7 ender pearls. You've given me one of these that hasn't stacked. It would stack with that one, but it hasn't yet. Maybe you gave me those water bottles. I don't know if they were there before, but you've also filled up stacks of other things. Like there's 7 of them and 5 of them, and I don't remember how many there were before. But it's something. That is at the end of the queue when you're sorted. So, potion of fire resistance, splash potion of fire resistance. Nice. Okay, well you've given me something. Still got 600 gold in there. And just loads and loads of the other stuff. Has this been moving along appropriately? The granite's ever so slightly going down. We were at 7,000, now we're at 6,800. So we are using up slightly more granite. That's fine. It's slow, but it's fine. Diorites may be steady, maybe going up, not sure. Andesites may be going up slightly. That's fine. Cobble's pretty level. Cobble's been at 15k this whole time, so we'll sort that chest and we'll just leave them. I think they're going okay for now. So we've got our pair of pens. How come? Oh, I was gonna say how come they're like that, but are the copycat blocks invisible, like transparent, and so that's actually the ground underneath them? Like that's stone with dirt there, and that's just dirt everywhere? Because if so, that's annoying. Like really annoying, like to the point that I want to rip up that ground and redo that. But apart from that, looking nice. Do you have a factory around here somewhere? Yep. Three eggs in there. Nice, okay. It's slow going, but once there's 1,000,000 more emus there, we'll be fine. We have no real reason to breed you except to fill up the pen, but that's okay. You're close to your breeding cooldown, so we'll just stick around for a minute. And let's attempt to speed up the baby breeding a bit. we go. So, where are we at? We're not even quite going 3 hours yet. We're going to push on a tiny bit more. But... Ooh. Did you just poop out an egg? Yep, there's 4 in there now. Nice. But, that's our rudimentary egg collection for the time being. But we need milk collection. So we need to investigate how to battery farm a single cow. So we might have to do some testing over there with the regular cows. Figure out a system that works. And then try and replicate something over there. It's probably going to need create power. Which might be a fiddle. But if we can get a proof of concept at least. Alright. Oh. I didn't realize I was so low on wheat. Let me sleep, grab some more wheat, and then feed you guys up. I'm also going to chop down that one flower there in particular, because every time I come this way, I mistake it for the back of a creeper. And I just quietly panic until I realize it's a flower. Into the computer with you. Bunch of wheat. We should have 4 adult emus now. Bam, 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 bam. Jetpack hover. Okay. I'm getting swarmed by emus. It feels a little bit scary. Maybe I should stand on here. That's a good way to do it. Well, 5, nice, but there definitely have been no more zombie appearances. I'm not really going to feed all the baby ones to grow them up. You're not as crucial as getting the emus going. That's why we ran out of wheat so quickly, because of all that feeding. Okay. I'll put some of that away. We're not going to need any of this right at this minute. Okay. So... cows. We need to work out, is there a way to use not deploy, is there a way to use a deployer to do things? Contraption, actors, kinetic appliances, targets for mechanical arms. So given rotational force, deployer can imitate some I missed that because I was reading all the other things. Given rotational forces, deployer can imitate player interactions. Yep. So if it's spinning, it can do things like a player does, things like right-clicking, for example. It will always interact with the position at 2 blocks in front of itself. Okay, didn't know that. I assumed it was the 1 block in front of it. So it will go through things. Great. So I can lock a cow in fences and it will poke through the fence. Happy with that? Deployers can place blocks. Good. Use items like a bucket on a cow. Activate blocks. Sure. Harvest blocks. Yep. And attack mobs. Well, I don't want it to attack the cow. Right click the front to give it an item to use, like a pot or a bucket. Yeah, we'll stick it out. There we go. Items can also be inserted automatically. Right, so that's how we're giving it empty buckets. Good. Deployers carry a filter slot. Right. So make sure it only gets buckets. It activates only while holding the matching item. Okay, good. So I can tell it only activate when you hold an empty bucket. Oh, nice. Shears. Only items matching the filter can now be inserted. Right. So it will only accept shears, and it will poke out, and it will shear that sheep. Bop. And only non-matching items will be extracted. Right. Like a milk bucket. Okay. Alright. That seems like that should work. By default, a deployer imitates a right-click interaction. That's fine. That's what I want. I want to right-click a bucket. Aha, but if you wrench it, you can be set to become left-click. In which case, this then becomes attack that with a hoe instead of hoeing it. Sure. Processing items using deployers. Yep. Let's see it break it. Let's see it use a golden hoe to mine that dirt. Amazing. Okay. Oh, of course you can. Yes, that's the other common way to use it. With a fitting held item, deployers can process items right beneath them. Yeah, that's the normal way of using a deployer. The items can be dropped or placed on a depot under the deployer. Yes. So that's how you would sand that stuff, except you can just do that with your own hands and not with a mechanical hand. And again, yes, items right on a belt, they'll stop underneath it so that it can act on them. Perfect. Controlling deploys with redstone. There's a lot to deployers then. Right, so they can become redstone locked. Yep. Just like a hopper. Before stopping, the deployer will finish any started cycles. Right, so when it becomes locked, it will continue to do what it's halfway through doing. Yep. A negative pulse can be used to trigger exactly one activation cycle. I don't know what a negative pulse is, but yeah, just like a single redstone tick will make it. Oh, a negative pulse, as in because yeah, when it's powered, it doesn't go. So it's a negative pulse when it unpulses briefly. Okay, yeah. So a button connected to a NOT gate, so that the button turns the redstone off for a tick, would allow it to be deployed and then immediately lock it, so it will just do the one cycle. Sure. So if you needed to just do one thing. When deployers are moved as part of an animated contraption, which we're not doing yet, but one day, maybe. Nice. Look at that. Flowers. They activate at each visited location using items from inventories anywhere on the contraption. Sure, so you can make some fairly sophisticated things when they're part of a contraption. The filter slot can be used to specify which items to pull. Yep. Makes sense. So only pull poppies. Great. makes sense. And that's everything. Okay. So, we need a test zone, like up here or something, to test what it would be like to poke a cow with a deploy in hand. So, making one of these. Electron tube is the polished rose quartz and all this sort of stuff, yeah. The iron sheet, we've got an iron sheet. The polished rose quartz is doing that sort of stuff with the rose quartz. The rose quartz, so we'll have them in the computer probably. The andesite casing. It's just andesite and a plank, right? Yeah. And a brass hand, 4 brass sheet with andesite alloy. There's the sandpaper. It's gold sheet. No, I want brass sheets. You're the squasher. Squash me some brass. Nice. Oops. Stuck our head in the haunter briefly there. Okay. We can technically make that here. There's that finger. Just need to go back to the computer to make the rest of this. Okay. And then the andesite casing. And then the deployer finger. Right. Got ourselves a deployer. So, I want some buckets, and I want to take that sandpaper out of my hand. Anywhere from the side. Just think there's a better place to steal this from. Look at that bear innovator there. We've had hardly any of them tonight. Get rid of that spam. There we are. Maybe I just use this. Let's get some shafts to extend that out a bit. Since this is just a bit of a test. Overstressed. We were at limit and we had no idea. Okay, can't use that then. Can can we sneak it out of this? Yeah, we should be doing it down here. There's no way this is overstressed. Not with its millions of stress units it's pulling. There's all the bits hopping out there. Bam. Whoa, look at that go. It nearly poked us. And there's another pair of band invaders. Now that I've said that, the spammers are all going to show up. Maybe it's just because we didn't stream for like 3 weeks. They all forgot about us. Okay, so that's poking. Next job, stick a cow in here. So for that we need fences to stop the cow from fleeing. We'll figure out how to get the cow in there in a sec. We need to give the deployer buckets, empty buckets, and was it like an andesite funnel? Whoa! Continue to spam W's in the chat there. So it was like, skip ahead to here, up to here, deploys current filter slot. Yep, okay, so, yeah, that's just a funnel, but in the top, as well as the funnel on the side. Okay, so we just need to make 2 more funnels, because of course we're out of them. Make brass funnels. Oh, literally as easy as that. How come we don't have 1,000,000 funnels on hand then? There we go. Now we've got. Whoops. Whoa, 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 whoa. No, 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 no. Oh dear, the things we do. Alright, I don't need that many, I only need 2. So, funnel on the top, funnel out the side. And the funnel on the funnel in the top can have empty buckets. How does one put things into funnel? Is the funnel facing the wrong way? That's better. Okay. It's now got a bucket. And it contains 4 buckets. Oh, it's trying to use 4 buckets at once. Ah, well maybe don't give it 4 buckets then. Just give it 1 bucket. That's fine, that's fine. We'll manage that. We'll have a nap and we'll fetch a cow. This is a long sleep. Why is it taking so long to sleep? What's going on? Why is it not morning yet? Okay, this is weird. What is happening? How is that not skipping the night? Oh, that was so weird. Why did that take so long? Is the game lagging that severely that it... Yeah. I mean, I can tell things are chugging a little bit, but that was a bit much. Okay, can we... Oh dear, what's going on? The game's lagging really badly now. Let's pause for a minute. Let's pause for a minute, let that catch up. I like how the game pauses at the menu, but the fire is still flickering away in the haunter over there. Okay, plan is grab a gyro and try and land in this big cow pen. Too many items in storage. Surely not. Surely not. I'll go check the computer actually and make sure it's not clogged up. But yes, we're probably doing a ton of things to lag the game out quite severely. Gonna get a gyro, gonna go and land in there because I think this cow pen is much bigger, yeah, than the other one. So surely one will hop in just because they are jammed. Yeah, right clicking on that barrel is taking noticeable time. There was something about not using chests for projects this big because they lag, but barrels don't. Yeah, well, we're not using chests, are we? We're only using barrels. So we should be fine. But, oh, that is massive lag, trying to open that chest, that barrel. Wow. Yeah. We might have to call this soon. I don't know what's going on, but the game is like really struggling. And I can see, and using flowing water, not conveyor belts. Conveyor belts, sure. But yep, the game is really struggling. And I can see OBS is having a hard time as well to record all this. Is there some sort of insane memory? Maybe I have too many yellow cows. Yeah, I'm struggling to run. Game's like really lagging. Let me close and open the game. See if I can clear the lag. Let's go and stand over here in the safe spot. If we can get there. If the lag will let us get there. Wow, this feels like we're dying in real time. What is going on? Must stand on the spot. Come on, just let me move forwards. Which way am I facing? I'm taking all my time trying to turn around and then the lag catches up again. I'm not gonna be able to do it. It's like a time dilation field. I can't quite get there. There we go, we're here. Okay. Hitting escape to pause the game. What is going on? It's like some massive memory leak has just occurred. Is it the deployer hand? Let me save and exit. Because that's all we've done in the last few moments. We've got a deployer over there. Maybe it's going way too fast because it's plugged into the end of like the world's fastest conveyor belt. It's like just endlessly shoving this bucket forwards and backwards. Let's see if it can actually save the world. That'll be the next thing. Is it? If it's lagging so hard. Okay. Let's quit that game. I'm just going to check Task Manager in the background here. Task Manager. I mean, we've just literally closed Minecraft, so you guys are not going to be able to see anything. Let me throw up the be right back thing. Is this just Minecraft lagging, or is this the computer falling apart? It seems to be doing okay now that there's no Minecraft running. I mean, it's showing that OBS is like absolutely chugging it. Might need to turn it on and off a few times to test. Yeah, well, we could also just wrap things up here in a moment, but I haven't even gotten a thumbnail for this stream. So, oh, the hand, yes. That's a fair point. The grabby hand. This is seeming fine for now. Let me restart Minecraft. And we'll go and check on that hand. I'm thinking, when this gets up and running again, before we explore cows being milked and sort of work that out, we are going to go and get the thumbnail for this episode, and I reckon the thumbnail is the emu pit. Us standing in the pit, maybe on top of that that chest with the magnet upgrade, sucking up the emu eggs. Now we get to sit here and watch for the next couple of minutes while Minecraft loads 195 mods. But yeah, we'll endeavour to wrap this up as soon as possible. We've done our solid 3 hours, so we've at least crossed the minimum threshold. We're basically just fiddling around with shoving a bucket into a cow and seeing what happens. So okay, take that back off now. We feel fine for the time being, like the computer's not lagging, mouse is happily moving around. You know, we're okay. OBS is not complaining, it's not throwing up all of its errors and things that it says when it starts to get laggy. So we'll let the world load in, we'll let it overcome its initial lag spike trying to load the world. Okay. It's the world loading around us. We're okay, we're still here, we're still with it. We'll go over and visit the emus. Do we have wheat on us? Just that we can breed them when we get there. So it's still a tiny bit laggy, but it's not as bad as it was before. attribute this to just the game loading lag. This is just the typical stuff you get when you've just started up Minecraft. Are some of you different? Like, you got like a blue head and you don't? Is this like male-female variants? Also, you're getting very close to hopping out. You guys aren't cheating, are you? Oh, oh, that's not good. Yep, it's still definitely a little bit laggy. There we go. That's a thumbnail shot there. That sort of thing. Is it F3? No. What's the... No, F3 brings up this other stuff. What's the button to hide the HUD? It's definitely not that. Options. Controls, keybinds. HUD? Show HUD. H? It can't be that. No, that's the mechanism HUD. Just the regular old key. F something. Take toggle screen, toggle perspective. Camera mode. That sounds scary. Surely it's not F11 with full screen. It's fine. That'll do there. That's a screenshot somewhere in here. Right, like that. Emus, mood blooms in the background, bit of the road there. That's fine. Good enough. Okay. We've changed back to F5 and we're now instantly lagging. Like very badly. So we are going to go and stop that hand. Lag spike. Okay. Taking the bucket out of it. Is it fine now that it's just poking without a bucket? Like, is it going crazy because it was trying to use a bucket? Like, it may be wound up too fast for what it's trying to do. Because this is fine. I'm running around now without any issue. And now we'll feed these guys. Whoop, that was an egg. Got 10 eggs in here now. Any more for any more? Okay, that should be all. Got 11 eggs in there. Nice. get a few more of you guys going. Just because we can. I feel like we need to design a way for us to get out of there without jetpacking. Although I don't know how we would do that without letting the emus out, because they're pretty crafty. Especially when I walk past them holding the wheat. Okay, it was definitely that hand going that fast with the bucket in it. So we need to slow that down or something. Or put an actual cow there so it's actually got something to milk. A catapult. I have attempted to do things like that in the past with like pistons and slime blocks where you can like push a button and it goes boing and it bounces you up. They always sound funner than they are. So, is there a not quite so insanely fast thing that I can plug it into? I say I just step that back down. We had large ones in here, large boys. Yep. Large and small and something. So just remind myself how this works. I want to make this go slower. Take a large one. Attach to a small one, or is that the wrong way? And then a large one going into another small one. I think I'm speeding it up. I think I'm going the wrong way. So small one into a large one. That seems slower. Into a small one. Into another large one. There we go. That's slower. That's better. Okay. Now we just move that whole thing back a bit. Okay. So deployer. Like that now. That's a bit better. He's a little bit slower now. Oh, I can spin him. That's not what I want to do at all. That's the wrong spot. Okay. Give him a bucket. Put an andesite funnel on top. And one on the side. Andesite funnel goes down. Alright. Put some fence around it. Put a bucket into the funnel. It's now got a bucket in its hand. Okay. The lag has just resumed, I think. It's hard to say. We'll need to let that sit for a bit. Yep. It's definitely lagging again now. Oh, that is nuts. That is nuts. Okay, we have to get that bucket out of that hand ASAP. What is going on? Which way are we facing? Okay, I'm looking at it. Once the lag subsides, then I can try and remove that bucket. Nope, I just gave it more buckets. I need an empty hand. Okay, put that bucket down in my inventory, get an empty hand, then right click on it to take the buckets out of it. Okay, got the buckets. And we're fine. Basically, it's just settling down a bit now. Wow, this is bad. How am I supposed to poke a cow if even a slow-moving deployer? So it's just something about deployers generally. That means that they're going to absolutely crash the world. That's sad. Okay, then this is a project for next time then. Sometime between now and next week, I need to look into mechanical ways to milk a cow that doesn't involve using their hands, but then, like, how am I supposed to use deployers for all the other things deployers need? Okay, hang on. We got a comment from Tooth here. Let's have a look. The hand's called a deployer. Buckets in Minecraft cause lag, especially during fast repetitive use like speedrunning, or with massive liquid placements due to server-client synchronization errors, ghost buckets, and fluid physics calculations. Fluid block updates are CPU intensive, creating momentary lag spikes when filling or emptying large areas. Deployers using buckets, especially with fluids or sandpaper, can cause severe lag, often resulting in server TPS, particularly if they are deploying into empty space, which is exactly what this is doing. The lag is caused by continuous invalid interactions. Okay, so it's because it's trying to use the bucket on nothing is what's contributing to it. So in fact, we need to go ahead with the test and actually bring a cow over. So let's get a gyrodyne out. Let's see if we can pick up a cow. Not enough space. Not enough space. Not enough space. There. Someone get in it. Okay, and I'll get in the other spot. Right. Excuse me, guys. An efficient, lag-friendly cow milking system in the Create mod is achieved by using a deployer to click a cow, which is what we're doing, while using filtered funnels to handle the bucket rotation without entity spam. That sounds like what we're doing, I think. Deployer to click a cow while using filtered funnels. I mean, we've got this filtered. The funnels aren't filtered, but the deployer is. To handle the bucket rotation without empty spam. We might be alright here. We might be alright. Okay, let me get out of here. So don't put the buckets in the hand because moving buckets are the issue, not moving hands. Yeah. Okay. Gyrodyne, don't go anywhere, mate. I want you to come and stand right in here for me. Yes, buckets are a known buggy item. No, don't go spinning. Come over here. Don't go doing that. Or you could do that. That actually, that does work. Yes. Because then I can lead you into here from up there. I'll need you to hop back up on there though. Yes. Stay up on there. And come in here with me. Nudge. There we go. Alright. Okay. So you're in there. So question now is, that filtered to receive buckets. Let me put a single bucket in the top. What should happen is the bucket should be immediately put in the hand. It should milk the cow once, and then when it retracts, it sees that it has an item that's not in the filter, which is a bucket containing milk, and so it should spit that out of the funnel, and that should be the end of it. It should do a single interaction. It should spit out a bucket of milk, and then it shouldn't be milking it anymore. So let me chuck one in and see what happens. That's it. Does it. Alright, milks it, out comes a milk bucket. Drink milk. What happens if I stick 4 buckets in? I have to actually get up on it in order to do that though. So it's holding it and doing it. Now it's not. Deployer cannot activate. It appears the deployer contains excess items that need to be extracted. Aha. So yeah, that needs to be on a conveyor belt and actually taken away. But that's fine. None of that's lagging it. So I think this is perfectly fine. This needs to go on a cycle now. That needs to empty that milk bucket into an item drain, like the one up there, so we can put it into a tank, and then the bucket needs to get funneled back around into the original funnel. So I think that's a working proof of concept. So much so that I'm going to leave that hand poking nothing with that one cow there, and I'm going to drink all this milk. And then we're going to call it a night. So that's our task for next time. To work out how we're going to design an automatic milking machine like this. And realistically, thinking it through, there's no way to build this inside of the Moobloom pen without making it obvious that there is a battery cow in there getting endlessly poked. That has to happen behind closed doors. This is definitely the front to make it look nice. Maybe this can even be where the milk tank is. Maybe the tank of milk that the item drain is draining out into drains into here. Because that would be fun. And so maybe this happens underneath. And it can pump up into the milk tank above. That'd be fun. So fully out of sight, but with like a secret way down into it. Interesting. I have to think that through. Yeah, because then we just need to build that system underneath it. You guys doing nicely. You're still Babs, but you would happily be fed again. Grown-ups at least. Over you come. 23 eggs. Look at that. It's going to slowly fill up. We can put a stack upgrade in there at some point when it becomes a problem. But for now, I feel like that's fine. Let's go put some things back. You can just be there as the show cow for now to just demonstrate proof of concept. That and that. That's our shovel. The rest of that's for the computer. Yeah, now we're just back to lagging the normal amount instead of insane amounts. So now I can actually check how full these chests are getting. That one's fully empty. That one's just started to get stuff in it. That one's fully empty. So yes, that one as the closest sort of radially. That started to fill up with some of the stuff we've been using today. And these ones as diagonally the furthest away from things. Going to be the last to fill up. So we still have tons of space. All that's to say, tons of the space. 1.4k, practically 1.5k iron. Amazing. Gold and all these other things over here. 600 gold. Another 1.5k iron in here. And electrum and copper. 1,000 zinc. You're doing nicely. Final check of this. They've changed order now because I filtered them. I sorted them. So now cobble's second, not first, because it looks like it's alphabetical. And so that's completely thrown me now as to what was what. But granite was definitely 7,000, it's now down to 6,000. The others seem like they're going steady. So granite needs to be sped up slightly. Could maybe have one more put back into it, but it was also growing before when it had one more in it. Or so I thought. But that's fine. That's fine. Let's stand in the spot, reflect upon what we've done. There we go. Alright. We've got a new carpenter's bench down here now to get in the way of the frame. But yes, I would call that a successful stream back after a couple of weeks off. A bit slow going at times there. Took us a bit to sort of get our footing, but we have now successfully designed and implemented an emu and moo bloom storage pen with manual breeding facilities. We have a method for collecting emu eggs, so we're automatically gathering them, ready for future Jaffa production. And we have a plan in mind for a secret cow battery that we're going to hide underneath the lovely cow fields and have protruding up through the middle a tank that will fill up with milk. That will just look like the moo blooms are giving it milk by osmosis. We might try and decorate it or something to make it look like it's doing something, but it'll be purely a front, and we'll just have milk coming up out of the ground. We'll have to work out a way to actually design that little underground chamber. We might need to put some of the Jaffa factory down to actually sort of design that, because it might be that there's a basement level to the Jaffa factory that can then reach underneath that. So maybe it's actually further down the list of jobs. We might have, yes, a secret basement level within the Jaffa factory where the slightly more underhanded things happen. And then the nice showroom foyer level at the front entrance where sort of all the Jaffas are made and showcased. So that's maybe a bit of development for the future. I am also going to have to do something about the colouring of that, because, yeah, if that's dirt and that's stone and dirt, I got to decide whether I like that as being all brown or whether I even want to make that green like grass. Maybe the brown's fine for the contrast, so I'd want to make that all brown. But, yeah. Or, and this would be insane, because this is effectively pixel art. If the copycat blocks are invisible on the minimap, and this is seeing through to the ground underneath, do we do a pixel art cow face? And a pixel art emu or something, so that they're like visible on the map like this? That's a bit silly, but also kind of funny. What are we working with? Like, if I don't count that bit, counting the pixels is tough. That's x100. That's x108. And that's 8 pixels. 68, 76. Yeah, that's. So it's actually 9 pixels. Yeah, because that's 10 by 10 interior. So that's 9 by 9. Yeah, okay. Same sort of thing here. 9 by 9 interior. I don't know that I want to do that, but that's a fun idea. And with that, I say we call that there, lock it in, and thank you everyone for watching and coming back in, and for the follow that we had earlier as well. This has been another stream that was Overthunk by Sharky. I'll catch you all in the next one. Bye bye.